doesn't have to be a process, as I understand it. There's different people say different things, but as I understand it, doesn't have to be. If you're the president of the United States, you can declassify just by saying it's declassified, even by thinking about it, because you're sending it to Mar-a-Lago or to wherever you're sending it. And there doesn't have to be a process. There can be a process, but there doesn't have to be. You're the president. You make that decision. So when you send it, it's declassified. I declassified everything.
So Trump said he can declassify just by thinking about it, and he was sending it, or wherever he was sending it, meaning there's 42 folders that were empty, 42 or 43 folders that were empty, that were marked classified, compartmentalized, top secret. So when Trump says I can send it wherever I was sending it, it raises alarm bells. For him to say to Mar-a-Lago or to wherever I was sending it. So for the FBI to figure out what was in those 42, 43 folders, not to mention the Judge Cannon delayed the process, but for President Trump to be callous and say I can declassify, and I declassify everything, and I can send it to Mar-a-Lago or to wherever I can send it to. Now, that's in a plural sense, right? Wherever I was sending it, meaning, will he send it to other countries? To other countries? What did he meant by saying to wherever I send it? And it's alarming because if you have classified papers that are dealing with technologies of weapons of mass destruction and the methods of how America research and develop their own capabilities of weapons of mass destruction, for Trump to say I declassify everything, and to wherever I can send it to, or to wherever I send it to, it doesn't matter. I can send it anywhere. In other words, that's what he's insinuating that I can send it to Mar-a-Lago or to wherever I'll send it. And for him to say I declassify everything, it's alarming. When you dealing with weapons of mass destruction, like I said, the capabilities of how America can advance and innovate their capabilities of weapons of mass destruction, either to be offensive or defensive capabilities for super weapons, and for 43 or 42 folders to be empty, and Trump insinuating I can send these papers wherever I feel like it, whatever his whim, wherever his whim of flagrance of his vanity, wherever I send it to, I declassify everything just by the whim of my thoughts. Not to mention after the fact, he's talking about after he got caught red-handed, not for the first time, but for the second time, when they had to serve him with a subpoena to retrieve these archives, and then there's still 42, 43 folders that are missing. And for him to just insinuate I can send these documents wherever I feel like it, wherever, meaning in a plural sense, he can send it anywhere he feels like it. I think that is grounds for indictment. Those words are self-implicating him, and because you gotta understand, if these documents have to do with government secrets, and these secrets, especially when it comes to weapons, these secrets are being still in development, still in research and research and development stages, and these documents are still pertinent to those particular classified capabilities. for him just to carelessly say I can declassify anything just by the whim of my thought, meaning after the fact he got caught for the second time, he's coming up with the idea just by thinking about it I can declassify it, and I can send it to Mar-a-Lago, to wherever I send them. It's appalling, because if these documents end up in the wrong hands of a foreign adversary, and this guy Trump is playing whack-a-mole with these documents, he's playing whack-a-mole with the FBI when it comes to these documents. Now you see it, now you don't. Now you see it, now you don't. And every time the FBI serves a subpoena, Donald Trump is the gopher that's going up and down, hiding classified documents with his whim, trying to send them wherever he feels like it, or wherever he feels like it. And even if these documents are declassified, which there's a process, a written form of process that's supervised and managed by the intel communities to declassify papers, Trump never took those measures, which shows to the fact that he, after he got caught for the second time red-handed, then he came up with the concept, with the thought of whim, I can declassify, and I declassify everything. When he says I declassify everything, that makes me really think that he's inept, careless, dim-witted buffoon to say that I declassify everything, meaning everything that comes through his desk while he was chief and commander, he can declassify it, everything. There was an aide that Trump told, hey, when I walk out the Oval Office with these papers, they're automatically declassified. Meaning when he takes the papers up to his living quarters in the White House, that his aides, and this is kind of bullshit, because he stated this after the fact, but supposedly he says, well, there was a standing order that when Trump took classified papers out of the Oval Office, immediately they were deemed declassified. Just by him walking out of the Oval Office with classified folders, because if he takes it out to go upstairs and read them, that should deem them declassified. Which is ridiculous to think that just because he wants to take the folders out of the Oval Office and go up to his living quarters in the White House, that deems it grounds for declassification, because he's too lazy to stay in the Oval Office and read. He feels like going upstairs, eating a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken and greasing up those classified folders. That after a while, just when he walks out of the Oval Office, that is ground for declassification of pertinent subjects of top secret classification topics. Just because he walks upstairs, that is ground for declassifying, or as he stated, everything. And he can send them to Mar-a-Lago, send them wherever. Like, when you say send them wherever, and there's 42 or 43 folders that are missing, that means the FBI will have to serve a subpoena and see wherever means. They will have to cross-deposition Trump is seen with subpoenas and see wherever means. I can send them to Mar-a-Lago, or I can send them wherever. So I guess Trump has to be depositioned by the FBI to see wherever means. And these are documents that are dealing with capabilities of defense, and these technologies are at the forefront of advancements of defense. I don't think that's ground for the whim of thought to declassify everything and send them wherever, because these topics are highly pertinent to the national security of this nation, currently the national security advancements of this nation. And for Trump to be dim-wittedly acting as a careless klutz buffoon of a doofus type of president, or Daffy, may I say Donald? No, Donald Duck, no. Daffy president. For him to say I can send them wherever, after knowing that the FBI had to get a subpoena to retrieve a large amount for the second time out of Mar-a-Lago. Now, Trump is leaving them scratching their heads because they got 42, 43 folders that are missing. And for Trump to say, I can send them wherever. Now, I think that is grounds for them to say, where does ever means to you as far as destinations? Where is ever means to you? You send them to Mar-a-Lago or wherever you was going to send them? Where was ever? And does these ever has to do with 42 or 43 empty, classified, top secret archives, the documents? So if Trump is playing whack-a-mole with the FBI with these classification documents, and they land in the wrong hands, I think by declassifying everything with the whim of thought is not that very clever.